Right, hello all. This is quite odd, quite strange. I woke up this morning, looked at my phone, and there was photos and that on one of the WhatsApp groups that I'm in, and there was showing pictures of the aftermath of an explosion at the back of the Dundee Overgate shopping centre. So this happened about, well, the reports, according to the article that I read, the reports came in about 20 to 11. It's the 26th of February 2025. So what I've done is I got myself dressed, got out of my bed, got myself dressed, got myself down here, parked, and I'm going to have a wee look down. I'm going to walk down as close as I could get to get some footage and just see what the story is. I'll show you briefly the article. I can't copy it. I can't show you all the article because it's, I can just show you briefly the headlines because it's copyright, you know what I mean. So I'm going to show you that. Well, this is like the article. Well, we can only really just show you the headings because it is copyright and you've got to pay a subscription. But part of a building has collapsed after an explosion at an electrical substation outside Dundee Overgate shopping centre in Dundee. And then you've got to subscribe. So that's really all I could show on that. So, I've got to be careful, obviously. Right, so I'm gonna walk down there. I don't know how much of the road they've closed off. I'll see what I could share with you. I'm gonna get down there and I'll have a wee look. Just before I go, if it's an electrical substation explosion, just as from what I would guess, I'm guessing. I mean, I don't know. I can't make any. Because I don't know, but I think the electrical substations and that, there might be a build up, there's heat, there's the core of the transformer could get very hot and use oil to cool it. Now there may be other gases and chemical gases that come off, that could be explosive. I'm not sure at all. I know that if you charge a battery up, a car battery, that gives off hydrogen gas, and that's explosive. So that's with sulfuric acid. But for the transformers, there is, I think the pump, is it CO2, carbon dioxide. They use a cooling system anyway. Now it might be that, I don't know what's happening. I'm just guessing that it could be that if there's there'd be a lot of safeguards against that, but if there's a build-up of explosive gases and then you get a spark, then the rest is self-explanatory. You're going to get a big explosion. It's potentially a gas leak, isn't it? With the same thing, same effect. But I think a lot of these substations do use the pumping chemicals and for cooling and other. If the windings get hot, there's resins and insulation on the windings, and if they get hot, they could give off gases as well. Chemical gases. I'm not sure. It doesn't really go into a lot of that, but I'm just going to show the actual building and the damage on this video and what I could tell you from what I learned from when I go down there. I'll see what I could tell you. So it happened about 2 hours ago. It's around about 25 to 1 now, and the reports came in about 11:15 this morning, so just under 2 hours ago. So we'll just see what the story is. Just as an example, that's a substation there. That's not the one in question, that's a different one, but that big tank on the top of that transformer contains oil for cooling the windings. Now, if they get hot, it could give off gases and all sorts of vental gases, and could be explosive gases. But I'm just guessing, I don't know what's happened yet. Closer look. So that's just an example of what the substations look like close up, and all these pipes and that are for cooling the windings. These vents are for cooling the windings of the transformer, which works on an induction system. You've got the primary and secondary windings, and they get extremely hot, and they need to cool them down, and they use oil for it. And when oil gets hot, it releases gases and all sorts of things that could be flammable. Now if it's in a bottled area, then it could potentially explode. So I'm guessing anyway that might be the cause. So I'm still making my way down to the Overgate, which is in the centre of Dundee. I'm just approaching North Lindsay Street. It's at the end of it's where the Overgate is. I'm just on North Lindsay Street, just making my way over. So North Lindsay Street's still open at least. There's the first signs of the cordon off. You've got the Scottish Electrical Board. So the police are there, it's all taped off. Workmen are there, fire brigade are there. Scottish Southern Electrical Networks here. So I don't know how much I'm going to get in the way of footage because it's all closed off. So I've lived in Dundee all my life, right? So that's 50 years this year, and I know this area very well. I've never saw anything like that before in the centre. I spoke to someone up there, and they said they were very lucky there was nobody nearby it when it happened. It's like a kind of gas explosion, just as I kind of suspected it happened in the electrical substation, which is enclosed in that building. But like I said earlier, if you get gases that leak out from the cooling system for these substations, it could cause a build-up of explosive vapour, and then if it gets a spark, then the rest is history. Well, you know what happens, it will explode. So the building's obviously in a very, very dangerous condition at the moment, so all this area is all sealed off. So I think it will get widespread coverage, i.e. My YouTube channel as well. But yeah, it's quite serious, but luckily nobody was hurt or injured, or worse still, luckily nobody was killed, because that is pretty serious now. So there's some more footage of the damage. The buildings, obviously, the whole building is all cracked. It's structurally and sound. A transformer substation will be in there, and as I say, if there's a build up of gases and that, and there's nowhere for it to vent out, then it will explode. You don't necessarily get flames in an explosion, it's just a sudden release of energy. It's just it's basically similar. It's just everything expands, you know, the gases expand, which will cause the building to, well, as you can see, cause the building to basically fracture. And the BBC News is here as well. It's pretty serious, like, so I'm going to show you this view. So that's at the foot of North Lindsay Street. It's basically where it meets the Overgate. That's the NCP car park, but behind that you've got West Marketgate. All this is the Overgate shopping centre, so this could get really busy. So it was 20 to 11 could be a lot of people going around at that time. And you could just imagine what it would be like if you were next to that. It's a scary thought, but it's a miracle nobody was hurt, because as I say, this is quite a busy area. Especially at that time. That's the entrance, the back entrance to the Overgate. So, honestly, a lot of people use that passageway, including me. I use this area a lot as well. It's scary stuff. So the whole bottom car park here is all cordoned off, as you could tell. It's all the road is open as normal area. The Overgate shopping centre is still open. But when I saw these pictures come through on my phone earlier, I was like, what the heck, you know. Quickly got myself dressed and got myself down here. I have a first hand look at this. So there's tons and tons of rubble that's come down there doesn't bear thinking about what it would be if you're next to that. See if we get some different angles footage of it. So yeah, just speaking to the reporter there, that's going on the BBC News. The footage that he gets on his camera there, it has to go through all the filters and everything, and it gets edited out, and it'll end up on tonight's news. So it was edited in Glasgow, BBC Scotland, I think. So the exit, the entrance to that back entrance to the Overgate's closed off, as you can see. So I'm just walking up the West Market Gate, which is the opposite side to where I was at earlier, and I'll see what I could see from this angle. I couldn't get into the Overgate from that door at that exit entrance because it was all sealed off. So I'm just going to see what I could capture from this angle. So this is another view from this. You can see the extent of the warpage on the wall. And that's ready to collapse at any moment. So you could tell that the condition of that, this bit here, is just ready to cave in. The debris like all over the road, and the exit entrance to the Overgate's quite close to that, so that's why they've sealed that area off. So I'm going to go up the lift and up to the Overgate car park, the NCP car park, see if we can get an aerial view of it. I feel a wee bit anxious about going to the lift after what had happened nearby, but well, that's just got to be done, is it? Some more of an aerial view, so zoom in. So I'm just currently making my way up to the highest level of this car park. So looking down, you could see a wee bit more of the substation. So you can see that what's going on anyway. The workmen are electrical boardmen, the Scottish Energy. They'll be inspecting the transformer. I can still hear the humming. I think it's still energised, unless that maybe coming from somewhere else. But I can definitely hear the 50 cycle hertz hum, which is typical what you would hear at a substation transformer. That's the 50 hertz, the 3000 RPMs, the revolution at the power station as the generator spins round at 3000 RPMs. That's 50 revolutions per second, which in hertz for your AC current, your waves. It's AC 50 hertz, and that humming noise is the plates in the transformer as they contract and expand through the AC cycles, because it's an induction. It works on an induction principle, so you put voltage in the primary coil. Depending on the number of coils in the secondary, it'll be a step-up transformer or step-down. These will be step-down transformers, because when the power leaves the power station, I've done tours I was on a tour at nuclear power stations, quite a few of them, and explained a lot of that to me, how that works. Basically, they step the voltage up to put it into the national grid along pylons, because high voltage and low current doesn't require a heavy cable. The voltage is very high, but the current's very low, but the power's the same. Power is volts times amps. But when it gets to the consumer, they've got to then increase the amps so it's usable, and decrease the voltage so it's manageable. So they use a step-down transformer to step the voltage down, but increase the current, so the power's the same. So when they're transmitting it from the power station long distances around the country, they step the voltage up, so they use a step-up transformer. And then when it gets to the consumer, they step it down. Now it leaves it in all different there's 3 phases of electricity. 3 phases, 120 degrees apart on the circumference of the rotor arm, I think, at the power station. So you've got phase 1, phase 2 and phase 3, something like that anyway. But, that's what that hum is anyway. It's the typical resonant frequency of as the core expands and contracts and goes the opposite way, because it's in a 50 hertz cycle. The steel cores and the transformers are just resonating with it, basically. It's energised. But I could hear the hum from there, meaning there's power still on it. I mean, they have to keep power on to power up this. This is right in the centre of Dundee, so there's a lot of businesses and shops that still need power. So they'll close off what's necessary. They'll shut the power off to have a minimum impact. So yeah, it's quite something. So as you say, you could hear that humming. These pipes will be for the cooling, and you've got vent pipes as well to vent the gases off. Now I don't know what happened. This is just me just giving my not giving an explanation, and just saying what I think could happen, and what I understand how these things work, and what may happen as a result of release and explosive gases from the vapours given off from the oil coolers, the oil cooling. These are the fins. That's where the ambient air cools the fins down, and the oil is circulating through. And then once the oil's cooled, it goes through the windings, through the core of the transformer to keep the transformer cool, so it doesn't overheat. And you've got an oil reservoir tank on the top there. There is a pump. I think that it either circulates through convection, through natural convection, or it's done through a pump. But I don't think there's a pump. I think it's natural convection, like a radiator system in the house. I'm not 100% sure on that. So anyway, that's a view. I'm trying to think if I could get any other views. I don't really think I could get any other views from anywhere else. I think this is the best I'm going to get. So I've got 3 views. I mean, I could probably get a view from North Lindsay Street. I think I've done that already, didn't I? So I've covered pretty much all I could cover, I think, as far as views. This is probably the best view that I could get for you. So I'm just basically moving along a bit, but it's quite slippy up here. I've got to be careful what I'm doing. You might see me on the news tonight, because that's a reporter down there, that light on, and there's a reporter in front of it, so I might be in the background. So you never know. I might look out for that. I might see myself in the news. Anyway, so I'll zoom the camera back down there again. So I've had more time, I would stick around a bit, but it's quite cold and hungry. I need my dinner. Got other things to do later. But I would probably, if I had time, I'd wait around and watch. You know, they'd obviously have to send a recovery, a lorry to clear up the rubble, and they'll have to make it safe. They might need to get a JCB or something just to knock that bit of the wall down before they could proceed any further. But that could take hours. It might even be closed for days. As I pass by, I might just get the odd snippet of footage if I've got time on my breaks, during my work, if I've got the time. It'd be interesting to see, and if I got a chance I'll update you on that. But I'm going to get going. It's a bit cold. I need my dinner. I've got other things to get on me, but I've covered the initial damage anyway. And if I learn more, I'll try and remember to give a follow-up video, an update on it. Right, so I think I'm going to be able to get my lunch. That'll probably do. I'll round the video off when I get there in case I think of anything or get a different viewpoint or come across any latest news. Then I'll officially round off the video for this video. Some more footage before I go at this angle. I'm still on the rooftop, the car park top, but just... One thing I'll say before I go is that when I saw the initial pictures on Google, and it looked like it was a lot worse. I thought all this car park had gone and everything. It's just the way it was pictured, the angle it was took. I thought there was a lot more damage. I thought the car park and everything was gone. Just how it was appearing in the picture. So it kind of got me down here too sweet. Just like, what the heck happened here? But when I look at the scale of it, it's severe. It's serious, but it's not as bad as I thought. I was expecting half this building as well, the car park was all collapsed. It's just the way the angle in the picture that I saw, it made it like bloody hell, this is half the building and half, this is gone as well, that's what I thought at first. So that's why I always like to see things first hand as well, just to get the first hand experience of it. So it's serious. You can't really envy it. If somebody was at that, I just hope it doesn't happen again anywhere else. We've got to obviously investigate. We'll be investigating what's caused it, and we'll have to obviously come up with a remedy solution to make sure it never happens again. But yeah, the damage is only contained to that corner. I thought all this building and everything It looked like all this car park had all collapsed as well and everything. It was all, you know, judging from the initial photos that I saw online. So that kind of drew me down here. I mean, that's obviously serious, but I thought it was a lot worse. It looked like it was a lot worse. It appeared. I got the impression it was a lot worse. And that's always the crucial thing with photographs. It's the first initial impression. So yeah, that's it then. I'm just going to round off the video because I can't think of anything else. I'm just make a bite to eat now. Okay, like it's really, this is slippy up here by the way. I didn't realise just how slippy it is when you're walking, so be careful. Just felt myself slipping a few times. Yeah, where was it? Yeah. So as I say, if I come across any more news or any update footage and that, if I get the time and a chance, I'll make a video, stick it on the channel, keep you informed, keep you updated with what's happening, like here and anything else. It'll be all over the news and everything. The BBC have got to cover it, and it'll be all over the local news and everything as well. So, but I'll give you my videos when I get a chance to also. So I'm just on a slightly lower level here. I don't know if it's going to make much of a difference. Not really. I think I got the best reviews from where I was at. Right, okay. So that's it for this video. Hope you found it interesting. See what else I put on my channel, and thanks for watching. Okay, bye for now. Bye.